Hello, 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 Chicago Pen Show people. I want to hear all about it. Hope y'all had a good time. I saw some awesome pictures from the event. Brooks, 48 months of subbing. Let's go. Going steady for 4 years now. You've been my date for longer than that. You know it. Lear Lenny, 30 months of subbing. Let's go. Major Myth, 23 months of subbing. Thank you both. I really, really appreciate all of your support. Y'all rock. Mike had a great time in Chicago. Dot Mackey, 21 months of subbing. Let's go. Let's go. Doobs. Live Apple event on now. Why did I think it was at 11? But I guess it did say 7 Pacific, didn't it? Brad not showing his beautiful face in Chicago. Rip. Rip. Like, in retrospect, given how my year's gone, like, I could have made Chicago. Naperville, and did you make Chicago? Naperville with the 5 gifted subs. Wow. Thank you, Naperville. Hope you had a great hour at the show if you made it. If you got a gifted sub from Naperville, tell them thanks. Celebrating making it to the Chicago Pen Show. Nice. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the gifted subs. Y'all rock. Naperville, you rock. Color Maker, Blighted, Duffy, Plainwater, Sonic Steven. Give Naperville a shout out. Check out your emotes. What I have text coming in. Yeah. Awesome stuff. Thank you, Naperville. I appreciate you so much. Toga got the Wopex. I mean, I'm curious, did the Wopex make it intact? Because I'm curious if the sorry, I'm getting spam texts. I'm just clearing those out real quick. Did the people that have received the Wopex, did they make it without breaking? I mean, probably. Those would survive a nuclear disaster. Strings and Pedals, OMG, same time zone. Major Myth with the 10 gifted subs. Major Myth, thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Gosh, I don't even know where to begin with this. Major Myth, thank you. If you got a gifted sub, give Major Myth a shout out. Crash, Fuzzy, Wheezy, they're still coming. Power Belly with the 5 gifted subs. Thank y'all so much. I really appreciate y'all supporting what I do here on the channel, supporting your friends here in chat, supporting these giveaways and the shipping. We got a fun giveaway for y'all this morning. I have an awesome giveaway on the blog today. We'll go over in a minute, but I want to talk about y'all. So hope y'all are doing well. Power Belly, 5 gifted subs. I really thank you. Major Myth, Power Belly, Naperville, literally everyone just hanging out here, talking about pens and paper and stationery and all this fun stuff. A lot of days we need it, right? A lot of days we need this talk. A lot of days I need to have this talk with myself. Some days I should just stream. I should just turn this on and not record it and just have a talk with myself. Brad, get your head on straight. Get your pens, get your paper, start writing. We've got a fun giveaway we can do today too, provided you unbox them. Now I'm confused. Oh, yeah, I think they're sitting over there. We can do that. Yeah, we can do it. I see them. For some reason, I thought I'd brought them out to the shipping department, but no. We will do that today, 100%. We will do that today. So that's 2 fun giveaways I've got then. So yes, we will do that today. Let's do it now while you're here. Y'all want to do a fun, weird giveaway? How about a weird giveaway? That's what we're going to do for Major Myth here. Major Myth sent me something, and then sent y'all something too. Sent me a thing and sent y'all a thing. Excuse me. Got to meet Brooks and Strings and Skogs. Yeah, let's talk about the pen show while I get this stuff. So, tried out the Wopex for a bit and surprisingly didn't hate it. Don't worry, it grows on you, like a disease. So, it'll get worse over time. So, everyone can go, oh, this is not bad, until you actually compare it to anything, literally anything else in the world, and you go, oh, yeah, this is actually terrible. But if it's the only thing you have, it's going to be fine. Also, I didn't watch the race yet, but got spoiled a bunch. I mean, how are you not going to get spoiled on that one? I should probably just put that right there. I mean, like I try not to do spoilers. But yeah. It had to be this weekend, didn't it? Yep. It's totally worth watching, obviously, because like it was a great race. All right, let's do this giveaway. Let me show it to you. I gotta sit over here. Unpackaging, chat. Sorry, I'm off stream, making noises. How's it going, Toby? He's being a good boy. Crinkle ASMR, right? Race was so good, I actually teared up at the end. I've never been so nervous with like an hour left to go in the race, or however much was, yeah. I'm going to need you to wait to talk about this season's F1 until after the season of Drive to Survive comes out. Well, this weekend was an entire episode. So just know that. Like this weekend, this race will be a full episode for a fact. All right. Let's see here. La la la, can't tell me nothing. So, I don't know how to do this. Major Myth, Sergeant Story. You're gonna have to tell me how to do this. So they're like little lighter holders, but you got to get like the inserts. But they have the Pinatic logo and they have like the etching on here. Isn't that cool? So it's like the little container thing. You could probably use them for, if you wanted to, use them for ink cartridges. So let's give these away. Give one of these away. It's kind of cool, like a little cartridge holder, right? But in the form of like a Zippo case. I thought they were pretty neat. Aldi quarter holder. Yeah, so just a little fun. So I have one for me. So I'm keeping this one. Put that right there. Give one away to y'all. All right. Very cool. Received a level 5. Whoa, our level 5 hype train emote is a little golfy person. But they miss. That's lame. You missed. It says you missed. That's funny. Yeah, it's like a little cartridge holder. So these came out really cool. I don't know. I'm just kind of fascinated by them. So there we go. All right, let's give this away. Where's my giveaways? Sir Cobalt, Brad, have you seen Rickshaw's latest watch bag? I did. It looked really nice. Got to see a great looking orange one this last weekend. It would be a great fit for your new watch collab. Yeah, it looked fantastic. I did really like it. I was like, oh, that's not something I need yet. Yet. All right, let's do, we're going to call this a Zippo cartridge holder. All right. This giveaway's open. Oh, and Sir Cobalt, thank you for the sub. 13 months of subbing. Thank you so much. Kept looking at Brooks for a McLaren color pin. This can't be a coincidence, right? So yeah, when I try to avoid spoilers for the race, I only do that if I'm watching it like the next morning. After that, like by then, I've just run across the results just by like browsing the internet and like the places I go on the internet. So, all right, if I had some cartridges here, I would put them in there to see how they fit. This is what we're giving away. It's got the Pinatic logo. It's got the Pinatic script etched on there. It looks cool. It came out really nice. Fontaine blue. Or toothpicks. Yeah. It's neither. Like, it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's not a, it's like permanently, I don't want to say painted, but if it was a sticker, it's like, it's not something you can peel off. I don't know how to describe that type of thing, right? But it's not made so you can like take it off. So I don't know how you want to describe it. Enamel, maybe. Brad, have you ever tried onion paper? I have. It's really, really nice. I do like onion paper as someone who, you know, doesn't always like want to write on the backside of the page, right? It's such a good fountain pen paper. It's really fun and unique. I don't use it very often, but I do enjoy it. I should probably get like a onion paper notebook because I think it's like one of those things fun to have. Like I wouldn't want to use it every day as like my desk pad, but for fountain pens, it's awesome. You just ordered a crap ton. Did you get loose sheets? It's pretty delicate, but only in like, it's thin, but it holds up to a, it holds up to fountain pen inks. That's why it's good. It's not necessarily a Zippo. It's a Zippo case with the Pen Addict stuff on it. It might be a good ink cartridge holder. Yeah, it's really good. Vellum the same? No. Vellum has a very different texture. Onion skin works surprisingly well for fountain pens. Vellum would not necessarily, given the texture on the page. All right, let's pick a winner. They make multi-tools and flashlights for those Zippo cases just for like to fit in here. That would be cool. All right, let's pick a winner. Mick Penthusiast. It's you. Mick Penthusiast, you are the winner. This is pretty cool. It's kind of a one-of-a-kind little deal. Sorry, I can't reach my Mandalorians. Hey, 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 it's you. All right, so email me. Just tell me you won the Zippo. Email me, hello@penaddict.com, and with your shipping address, and I will send it out to you. And thank you again, Major Myth, for sending these. It's pretty cool. And I will get your the address I have to send yours. I have one for you as well. So just let me know. Same address I've been using. Airmail paper is good too. I don't think I have used the airmail paper. All right, set that there. All right, we'll have some more giveaways here in a little bit. I got the TWSBI going. I was not impressed. It's a no-go for other than parts for fixing my stupidity from a couple weeks ago. Same address. All right, gotcha. I'll try to do that this week is when I send these out. That'll be great. And thank you again. That's super cool. Super, super cool. All right, real quick, how was Chicago? Like any more comments in Chicago? I feel like I missed some. A lot of y'all that are in here were at the show. Anyone get a good look at the Good Made Better pens? Going to have to check them out at the Colorado show. So those look really cool. That looks like right up my alley. Skogsy, Chicago was so fun. Good. I'm glad you had a good time. Chicago's good people. You were there. Strings and Pedals. You were there. Brooks was there. A lot of y'all were here. I saw Critter in here was there. Naperville, did you execute a plan perfectly? Naperville. The Good Made Better pens are awesome. I love the texture. How much were the Good Made Better pens? Question mark. Open up the atrium a little. Wasn't too great for the vendors though. Got bypassed a lot. So where were you at? Like you mean you didn't have to go through the atrium to get to the main room? Like you could avoid the atrium? 190 to 220, totally fair. I was thinking like in the 250 range. Just wild guessing. Not gotten to hold them. If you ever have a chance to meet Skogsy, you have to. Had a great time talking to him. I got to meet him and his wife at the San Francisco show 2 years ago. That was super great. Really awesome people. I went to a Target for the first time with Skogsy. Yeah, they have that across the street. They opened in front of the fountain and had access to the atrium on both sides of the fountain. Where? You're normally like on the left side of the atrium? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, on that left row of the atrium by the walkway above, like around you. You customized a good, made a better pen. He was next to me. I saw you in the picture. Annabelle is a gem. She's right here. Let's not blow her up that much. I personally was up by the main entrance of the ballroom this year. Gotcha. So on the upper flat, like in the past when I've been Papier Plume, Edison, Random Thinks, they've been up there in the past years. Met so many slackers and Twitchers, got to put names to faces. Yeah, that's what's great about these shows, right? We get to meet the people we talk about and talk to and buy their stuff, right? It's kind of cool, right? I love that part of it. Yes, please say night things. I have to go back to mean Dutch people soon. When are you heading home? Are you heading home today? Did All Maker pins this year? Edison, Skogsy, Shown. Also got my first Nib Grinds this year. Gina, Annabelle, and Kirk. That Critter, that sounds like a massive win. Very, very cool. Jonathan had us back against the wall. Very against the wall. Yeah. There's not a lot of between tables on both sides. They put tables on both sides of some of those aisles. Oh, Thursday. Nice, 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 nice. Cool. So you got a little trip here. That's fun. Super cool to do. Well, good. I've only heard great things. Kimberly was blowing up my phone with things I needed to buy at the show. Hopefully y'all picked on Kimberly and Sarah if you saw them. You had a wall jut out in my back, cutting off half the table. Ugh. Wish I could have met more of my Slack friends. Yeah. Text me a pic. Gotcha. Executed my plan. Saw Brooks. Got a Charleston PM one. Love it. Stopped by Shown and glad I didn't purchase a Pocket 6 online. It just wasn't for me. That's so good. Like, this is the kind of information that a pen show can give you. Luckily found a great baby cigar from Skogsy. Neither pen I bought was expected, but both made me smile so much I couldn't say no. Like, the great thing about pen shows, if you've never been to a pen show, is you don't, like, okay, you're probably going to buy something, right? Like, let's be honest. But, like, maybe you just buy ink or, like, something small, like a notebook. But you learn so much about other things. That's why it's so valuable. And you get to talk to people that make the things or see friends. So, yeah, it's really cool. Shout out to Brooks for letting me use one of his tables. Bestest guy ever. Nice. All right, let's see Brooks's picture. All right, I'll show you all this. That's terrible. I don't know why that makes me laugh so hard, because I guess because it's so bad. This is just on my phone, so y'all have to deal with it. There's just a complete jut out right in the middle of the table. That's amazing. That's ridiculous. Could we not have shifted these things? Oh, that's good. That's good. Is Annabelle the Target bag in the corner? Like, did we just put her in the corner over there? Oh, gosh. Talking to people sounds more like a punishment than a reward. Nah. You just go crash later. Too crazy. That's awful. I was next to Kennelly and showed his heroic restraint and didn't buy a pen, right? Well, that's a good table to be near. Oh, man. Too funny, too funny. All right. Well, good deal. Staying on fountain pens. Good morning, Thule. If y'all haven't seen it yet, I am giving away an Enigma stationary fountain pen on the blog this week. Whoops. If y'all want to go check this out, this is the one they sent me a couple weeks ago for our ad read, and Dan was kind enough to say, hey, you can keep it. You can give it away. You know, you can do something with it if you want. I was like, well, I'm not going to keep, if I'm allowed to give it away, I'm probably not going to keep it. right? Even though like this is like the perfect pen for me. Like this is like one of my favorite pens. Zane's dad. Shout out to Zane's dad and Tiante for their fountain pen 101 at Sam Flax in Orlando this week. I saw the pictures. That is so cool. It looks like y'all had a good crowd. That is super awesome. So yeah, this is up on the blog. You can go enter and win. So it's got a broad Yobo number 6 nib, and it's a real. This is a killer pen. Like this is a hard one not to keep. I was like, but I mean, I got it for free. Like I'm gonna give it to y'all. I'm not gonna keep it. So that's what we do around here, chat. That's what we do. Yeah. So go enter. We'll give it away this weekend. All right. So we can keep talking about Chicago, keep carrying on. And Flax did well that day too. I'm apparently doing it again with their Orlando pen show. Love it. That's great. I love the pen shows that have the 101 classes. I know Lisa Van Ness really enjoys doing that and gets a lot out of that, just like personally. All right, so what we're going to do today, we can talk about anything as we go, but I'm going to start going through my Pen Addict 100. And my goal today is to kind of separate out some of the pens, that I haven't used in a long time. Super excited for the show blog review. Well, you're going to get 2 of them this week because we had Sarah and Kimberly. And they always have such different takes on the show. They do different things, see different things, obviously, which is great. This is why I never hesitate to like review the same product 4 times, because we're 4 different people that write reviews on the blog. So I never mind doing that. So yeah, it's gonna be good. Sounds like you might know something. I don't know. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to start going through the Pen Addict 100 because we're up to like probably like the Pen Addict 105 or something. Like I haven't counted. Like when you breach the threshold, you just stop counting. But I also know it needs to be fixed. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to start taking out these trays, and I'm going to pull out a bunch of pens that I haven't used in a long time. And then I'm going to think about what I want to do with these. Do I need to ink them up and get them in the rotation? Do I have no interest in inking them up, and then maybe that's something to sell down the line? So that's what I'm gonna start doing today, chat, and we can talk about it. I know like these first 2 trays are gonna be mostly keeper stuff. Like it's all my Japanese pens, Pilots, Nakaya, Sailors, Platinums, but we'll go through them anyway and see if I'm missing something. Let's do it. Do I have room? I think so. All right. Are any of your 100 stock models? Yes, and you'll see here in this first bin. Oh, sorry. Did I click on you? So this has Nakaya's, Sailors, Platinums. What was a stock model here? So obviously none of the Nakayas really are stock models. The Ocean the Ocean, the Witch, and the Royal Tangerine. I mean, these were not difficult to get. These were all available, you know. Oh, and the Habanero. Like all of these 4 were reasonably available. They're not available today, but these were available for years at a time, right? And then the 2 Platinums were stock models. Yes, Sky was another one that was available. Sky was one that was available, and then the 2 Platinums over here were very available. So like Nakayas, you don't really count. These are always like technically they're available, right? But yeah, that's not really what the question you're asking. Sarse, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Skoxy trying to figure out the secret identities. Yeah. So my goal today is to not only pull out the pins that I haven't used in a while, but pull out the pins that I haven't been used in a while and might be on the chopping block, right? So this spot is for a Nakai I have inked up. So all the Nakaias stay. The King of Pins stay. How hard is it to find a replacement KOP nib? You could email someone like Anderson Pins and see what they say. I don't think it's that easy. That Sky Blue KOP is a great pin. I get more emails about these two pins than all the other pins that I own. Like, not even close. So I haven't used these 3 pins in a while, but I'm not going to take them out because these are like going to stay with me for maybe forever. So I really want to ink up the Abisu because it has a fun nib. Hey, Schmevelin. I really want to ink up the Abisu because I dropped this pin and Mark Backus changed the nib garnet. He put like kind of like a turn down here, kind of like a faux PO nib. So like I dropped this one in these middle pins with metal sections. Well, guess what? They're just going to dart into the floor. So this one fell, split like this. Sent it to Backus just to repair. And I've talked about this pin plenty of times. He says, hey, you want to do something cool with this pin? And I said, yes, please. And so now we have like a little faux PO shape on it, like a little bit of a turn down, which you can see here. This is the only pin I've ever dropped and damaged. Where does that go? So I want to ink this one up soon, but I'm not taking anything out of here yet. Like I've used all these pretty recently. I haven't used the Witch recently, but I love that one because of the black plating. Turn down for what, right? Habanero I haven't used recently, but that's just a cool orange pen. Someone else like has a KOP body for sale, but I need to give for it. Gotcha. This was my one and only Sailor pick. When I did my one and onlys, out of all the Sailors, if I could only keep one, I chose this one. Because it's just got a lot of things that I like about stationery all wrapped up in one pins. Do you ever store them inked in the box? No. So like that's why this one's out. So this is all I have inked right now. If it's inked, it's in here. So this is my Kikyo Blue, goes right there. So I'm using this one right now. So I just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pins inked up right now. Yeah, the KOP bodies are not worth hardly anything. It's actually the biggest downside to the KOP, right? That's something we talk about a lot. I haven't used this much, again, recently. This is such a good pen. This is one of the most recent Platinum limited editions. What, Sands of Komodo, I believe it's called. I just really like the look of this one. But I'm not pulling anything out of these boxes because I know these are staying with me. This is a basic, like this is a stock Chartreuse Blue. 3776, but I have the UEF nib in this one. I haven't inked this up in a while either. Like this would be like a really good candidate to ink up. What goes between the Sailors and Platinums? That's a good question. Like I have an open slot here and I don't know. It's nothing I have inked up. So maybe that's just like a good spot to account for. Because I usually just throw this in here like this. I like to use this little sleeve when I'm using this pen. I want to keep these together because I will throw this in a bin and like forget it. I like to keep these together. But yeah, I feel like I'm missing something here, but I don't think I am. I just put Shinkai, my Chartreuse Blue UEF. Ah, that's a good call. I've only used Platinum Blue Black so far in it, and then I think I did Platinum Carbon Black for a little bit of a test run. All right, so again, like this tray and the next tray, they're going to have the least amount of turnover in there. Like there's nothing in here that I really am wanting to move on from. How is the carbon black and UEF? Shockingly fine. Carbon black is a good like all around ink. It's really weird. Like you think it shouldn't work in a lot of things. It cleans so easy. Does a different colorway of the same model pen count as another pen? Yes. So it would need to stay in here. Strings and Pedals has a pen of mine, so maybe that's that spot there. It's better than Chokuro. Yeah. I mean, for everyday use, I would pick Platinum Carbon Black. Chokuro is blacker, though. So, okay, that's this one. This is easy. Like, this is some of my favorite stuff in the world. This is stuff you would have to pry off of me, like, pretty aggressively. Like, I'm not giving up a lot of this stuff. And the same goes for this next tray as well. That's why these are the top two trays. So this one should be mostly, if not all, pilots. Oh yeah, and the Canaleas. So yeah, again, this is another tray that like pretty much is solved. Glad the green mosaic was able to come out and play. I'm halfway tempted because I like using that pen. I'm halfway tempted to get something done on the nib, but I'd be pretty nervous about doing that. I probably should just keep it stock. That's when I have a mental hang up on the nib, where I actually enjoy using it and kind of don't want to change its default. So my Milky Way, I love my 912 out of all the pilots here. I picked the 912, again, the posting nib with the additional artwork. If I only had to keep one pilot, I picked this one even over the Milky Way. So this has the same nib as that Sailor one that I was showing y'all. You can swap it in for another KOP nib. Yeah, I'm not overly concerned about it. It's just one of those things that I think about from time to time, but it doesn't really bother me. You don't grind any of your pens. I get that. I noticed a set of Pen Addict notebooks in Chicago for $25. I was tempted, but they were gone when I came back. The orange ones or the Write Notepads ones? What's between the Mew and the Canaleas? I'll show you. I will show you. That's an OG Brooks special, which we'll talk about. So I have my two 823s. I haven't been using the Fujiyama Blue for no real reason. I've been picking the 823 Verdigris with the FA nib. I had a dream about using a vanishing point the other night, so I should probably ink up one of my vanishing points. I was thinking, I don't totally remember the dream, but like the one thing I'm always concerned about with these is the nib. 823 loses to the 743 every time. They are a hot take. Interesting. I don't know. They're close. I will say they're closer than you would think they would be. It's been a morning glyph. Well, I hope it gets better now. What does it mean when you dream about using a vanishing point? It means I'm saying I literally had a dream one night about using a vanishing point. Concerned in what way? I don't like the extra fine nib on here. We always get in a fight about the extra fine nib on this for the vanishing point. I was like, yeah. I was dreaming about wanting to use a vanishing point, but I had to make sure to ink up the nib that I wanted with it. Because I don't have like any extra nibs, so I always have to shift them around because this one came with a stock EF. So yeah, that was good. And I haven't inked this one up in a while. Okay, so for stock pens, again, I think this is a good question, like especially in these two trays. Someone was asking me about what stock pens there are. The 823 stock pen, 743 stock pen, the 74 stock pen, the 92 stock pen. So there's definitely some stock pens. Nib grind, no nib grind, no nib grind, nib grind. So oh, I had to call a mover correct a date. Yeesh. Oh, no. Yeah. So, like Like, I haven't inked up this 91 or 92 in ages. And then, like, the 823. Everything else I've used pretty somewhat recently. Maybe not, like, crazy recently. I like using this 91. The 92 I should ink up. All right, then we have, move down here. Then we have the Elite. Is this one called the Elite? What is this called? Pilot Custom. Is it just called the Pilot Custom? I haven't used this in a while, but it's fun. I like these inlaid nibs. My 2 Murexes, and then my M90, which I'll keep all these. How hesitant did you get nib grinds on more expensive nibs? Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. It's super context dependent, right? Like, I don't have a nib grind on... This is the most expensive pen I own, and, like, I'm not even considering a nib grind here. Would I get one on a Nakaya? I have 1 Nakaya nib grind. I have two Nakayas with nib grinds. What are we doing? I am going through my Pen Addict 100 box, and I need to pull out some pens that I haven't used in a while to see if I'm going to consider using them or selling them. So these first 2 trays, they're almost all locks. This is all the Sailor, Pilot, Platinum, Canalea ones. What's the difference between the M90 and a Mu? The M90 is the modern, 50th anniversary version of it. Like, they added this jewel here on the top. What other design elements are different? There's a couple little things that were different. But this is the modern version of it that came out, like 10 years ago. Oh, there it is right here. M90 on the clip. Yeah, M90 is what, 10 years old? Maybe more than that. Why do we need 2 823s? Because one's stock and one's a special edition that I like. I like this color. They don't make a lot of 823s in colors that I like. So the opportunity to get one in a cool color is pretty sick. Feels like more than 10. Now that I say that out loud, I think you're right. We're probably creeping up on 15. Why keep the stock? Because it has one of my best writing nibs ever. They have different nib sizes, and this one has a fine nib with a cursive italic grind on it, and it's just gnarly. Like, this is between this one and then a nib grind I have on one of my Nakayas. This is one of my favorite nibs to write with, and I have a Sailor, a Nakaya, and an 823, kind of like all in the ballpark of this grind, and they're just freaking dope. So, and this pen was cool because I had to get it from Japan, and I got a good deal on it. Will you get the clear one? This is the clear one. I've had this for a long time because I got it in Japan. And this is when you could get them in Japan for like $210 or something like that. Like, I got this for like really, really cheap. So, yeah, this is just has one of my best grinds on it. So, yeah, I don't mind keeping it. Is your collection insured by a specific writer? Yeah, it's got like a specific carve out. Like, it's noted specifically in our homeowner's insurance, I believe, is how it works. But like, I don't need like all the colors of 74, right? This is a stock 74, unless I had a bunch of like weird nib grinds going on. Right, so this is just a stock nib. Medium. All right, so yeah, Murex's, M90s. Oh, so this one, L Kirby US asked, so Brooks made me this. When did you make this, Brooks? Yeah, this the first drawer and this drawer are like, nothing's going anywhere in these. So this is Brooks made this for, this is why it's in here. It has the Pilot Falcon nib unit, 2016, 2017. Yeah, so I've had this for quite a while, 6 or 8 years. Where Brooks just made a barrel. I sent Brooks my Falcon, and then Brooks made this barrel for my Falcon. Yeah, it's just before you got serious with the Rushi. So I really like this pen. This is one of my favorites. I actually use this a lot because I like writing with the Falcon, which is different than the FA that I have in here. So like this is the only Falcon nib I have. I have one FA nib. I have a posting nib. I have some grinded nibs. So yeah. And then the 3 Canaleas. So every time I get to test out the new Canaleas, I got to decide, do I want to keep it more than one of these 3? Because this could get away from me pretty quickly. So this is what I was talking about, the translucent ones with the Kona Cherry. Was like the blue one that they just launched. It was like, well, that's pretty cool, but like I got this one too. And then this one I have has no translucency, but I like it because it's just a cool material. Leilani. And then this one's probably my number 1, the Hanama Bay, because of the yellow translucency. So I keep telling myself, if it beats one of these 3, I'll sell one of these 3 and keep one of the new ones. But I'm tempted. I'm very tempted. So yeah, like the only things I'd really want to ink up that I haven't in a while is honestly the 92 has not been inked up in a while. But I'll think about that. But like really, again, these are not going anywhere. None of these are going anywhere at all. And same with the other tray. And I think this is most of my mainline brands. Now we start getting into like things that I don't have 15 of, like pilots and sailors. We get into some custom makers and like some things like Leonardo's and I don't know, a bunch of different things. So these 2 are easy. I think it starts getting hard now. So I haven't pulled anything from these trays yet. And then this is where it gets really difficult. Because you look at this and you're like, come on. It's like, seriously? It's like, man, what are you even doing here? Should you be writing down a list of what you want to ink? So Craft a Simple Life, what I did was I brought some empty pen cases. So actually, I should just... I know I want to get let me get the Ibisu out. I want to ink that up. I know for sure I want to ink this up, like, soon. And then, what did I say, the 92? I think I'll hold off on that for right now. So I made a case to just put in pens that I want to think about, either inking or selling. Let's just sell y'all the Montana Sapphire. That one I got given to me, which I couldn't believe. This was back when they were... So this one is one I bought. How many of us are taking notes for future Inca pen redeems? Yeah. So I'll break out the trays for Inca pen. So this is one that I bought as one of the prototypes at the Atlanta Pen Show one year. Like I think I paid like $3 something for this just because I like the material and I like this shape. The M90's next with shimmer. That might work. And then I think this is Kirk Spears grind on this one. What was his called? What was his needlepoint grind called? Did it have a name or was it just like the Kirk Spear needlepoint? Did it have a specific name? That's what the name I have in that one. I really like that one. How many ink points do we need to exchange for a pen to keep? Pen to ink? You just got to click the little button. And I think it's like 50,000. And then this is Montana Sapphire. Again, Kenro gave me this one when they weren't sure sure how these were gonna do. I think honestly, this was like right after you think it's just needlepoint, yeah. This was right after like they did some of the basic launches, and then they did redeem points just for a pin, just for you pin to have. Yeah, we'll have to figure out how many points that is. I don't know, like 1 million something. So they did this one, a red one, and a blue one, and they're just aggressively glittered. And they all did really well. This one ended up being popular. They all ended up selling out really quickly. And yeah, like, so I have my journaler nib in this one. Tetanus grind. So I have the Gina's journaler grind in this one. So I think I have one of each of all the Esterbrook grinds. Did JJ Likes do one? I'm not sure I have that one. So yeah, those are the only 2 Esterbrook's I have. My Prospector, this needs to go in the ink up tray. I love this pen. I was looking at Joe's that he got from the Chicago Pen Show this week. Aggressively glittered? Yeah, for sure. So this is what I got at last year's Chicago Pen Show. I've used it a bunch, but not enough. So this is going to go in the to be inked stash. But I gotta line it up first. I always forget how to line this one up. You get the red as recently as like 4 months ago. Really? I didn't realize that. So you gotta line the Prospector up correctly. Whew. All right. Does the Prospector roll? Yeah, because I think it's yeah, because it's in the middle, it's round, and then it goes off into the tapers. So this is going in the to be inked. The one you have is head and shoulders above the rest. That is something I will actively agree on with you there, Glyph. It's not even close. And they did 3 pins, and then one of them was so far superior to the rest, in my opinion. And it was this one. So my Shinobi, I haven't inked up in a while. My Kasama Una Ultima, I ink up pretty frequently. I just inked up that recently, the PM1, the Brooks Charleston Slim PM1. My Shown Design Full Size, Ultim, and Peak. And then I have, that's one I have. I need space for this one, which is maybe this space here. Let me shift these down and see. No, because that's where my Skogsy was. We'll figure this out. Okay, so I have, like, that one will go in here, too. Yeah. I'm just trying to think, do I need to ink up one of these? I don't know. So I already have, I'll just probably keep this one inked up. Then I have my Montegrappas that I like. This is the Venetia model. That's the flax pen to paper one. This is the one that I did, or was allowed to do, or chose to do. I didn't get to pick out the original colors, but I got to pick it out, the choice of colors. And this is the Meteor Shower one. This is the previous. This isn't the same model. This is the Mia, I believe. You could cut the Shown aluminum that doesn't have the monarch in it, right? That's a pretty reasonable, yeah, that's a pretty reasonable request, or a pretty reasonable, like, idea, right? Like, cut this one, right? That's pretty fair. So, like, that's something to think about. So maybe I should pull that out. Like, that's actually a reasonable comment. Because how often am I going to ink this up over the other one and over these two? Yeah. So, like that's a pretty good idea, right? So I'll actually listen to you on that one. So that goes in the bin. Okay, so back to these. I haven't used the old Elmo recently. This is like the original one. It's so much better than the second ones that they came out. I don't know how to think about that one. So I kind of don't choose. I love this pen. It's got a great extra fine nib. This is when they You cut my Shown Ultim? Yeah. How are they different, the second Elmo? The second Elmo has more hardware on it. I think it had more of a band or more of a different shape. Like this one's just like a straight up cigar shape, which I like. And the second one had, I think they had something different going on here. I'd have to pull it up and look. But it's the current version. This was when they had the black one, right, that they reintroduced from like the old lineup. And then they did the this flower series. This is the one with like the Cross Point Gentian, something like the name. Elmo is Yovo number 6, yeah. I only started buying them when they switched to the Yovos. And then that's when I kind of fell in love with them. So, like, that could go. Maybe that goes. Like, I don't... Like, sometimes, like, I gotta have reasons to keep these, right? Aside from, hey, this is cool, and I love this pen, and I love this nib. Like, all those things are great. But when am I choosing... When am I putting myself in the position to choose this pen over, say, like, one of these two Venetians or the Meteor Shower? So it's like my fourth choice. If I'm only looking at these pens, it's my fourth choice. Given that, should I be keeping it even though I love how it looks or something like that, right? So that's one to think about. Just like the Shown, like at what point am I going to choose it? That's why I've sold some of my other Leonardos. Like I only have these 3 Leonardos. Yeah, like the Meteor might could go. Like I'm definitely keeping these. I love these. But I think I'll keep that one. Lamy Cliff would look good in that Elmo. Oh yeah, were you talking about Lamy Cliff earlier in Inky Love? I meant to say something about that because I do like that ink. But it's not like, it doesn't move the needle. It's just good. So, like I sold my... If you know your favorite two, seems to make sense to keep those. Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. Like, when I get down to it, yeah. We'll see. So, these are the 3 Leonardos I have. My Rose Lavande. This has a Journal of Grind from Gina in it. This is the Prisma that I got from Stilo and Stile. And then this is the prototype that they gave me. Like, this technically doesn't have to be in the Pentatonic 100, but I'm going to keep it here because I like the pen so much, right? They gave this one to me. And this doesn't have, like, some of the final, I think, finishes on it. I think there was something different about the final version that had a change in it. But that's it. Like, I've had, like, the Blue Hawaii. I think I've had the orange one. Like, I could have a serious Leonardo problem, like, because they make a pen that fits my hand almost perfectly. So I'm actually down to these 3. I think I still have the orange one pulled to sell later, so that might go in this batch. The Rockster pen. This one's going to go in the case. This is such a good pen, but I never choose it. I really, really like this pen, but I never opt to ink it. I think because I have a hard time choosing an ink for it, which sounds dumb. But this is a celluloid black Yobo nib. I love the red ring. God, that's such a good pen. But that's definitely going over here. This is one I need to ink up more. This is the Stratified. Red ink easy. I think I've just put red and blues in it before. I don't think I put black in it. So this is the Stratified from Maverick that I got to pick out at the Orlando show last year. I love this pen. This is a really, really good one. I've only used it up a couple times. Am I trimming the fat, so to speak? A little bit. I'm thinking about it, right? Like I'm gonna make some hard decisions type of thing, because I have this box up here that holds 100 pens, and I'm trying not to go like too I don't want to overflow it too much. So, I mean, this is obviously a keep. I haven't inked it up recently. And then my Elwood. This is another pen I've gotten emails on. It's like, will you sell me that one? I was like, no. So it's starting to patina. So this is silver, like pure silver. Does celluloid have a substantially different feel? I'd say no, but I can feel it like most times I pick them up. It's not pure. Yeah, I guess none of it's pure. Like whatever alloy it is, whatever alloy composition it is mostly silver. Sterling. Whatever percentage that is. Yeah. So that's cool. Oh, this 100% stays. This is great. Yeah, the patina is great. And I just love the ebonite versus the metal here. Just the whole style of it is good. Okay. Okay, I think we're good here. All right. I'm going to put this one back in, and we're going to do a giveaway. And then we're going to keep going. Not of one of these pens, chat. So I'm going to do something real quick. We're going to do a giveaway here in just a second. Oh, no. Did my camera die? Did I die? Do y'all still have me? Did my camera just die? Are y'all still here? You're still here. Okay. Super strange. How did that just... So I'm still here. But the camera died. This has been a problem recently. All right, so I'm just going to reboot the camera real quick and see if it'll come back in. Yeah, desk cam froze. That is so weird. Here, I'm gonna break stuff here real quick, chat. Wow, it's like I deactivated and it still holds that last image. Wow. That's wild. Wow. Like it's completely turned off now and it won't get rid of it. I am flummoxed. Well, this is kind of going to mess up the rest of the stream, chat. Restart OBS? I could, but it would kill the stream. Oh, that's so annoying. So annoying. Yeah, I did deactivate the camera source. Boo. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, I restarted the camera, unplugged it. I've removed it from the configuration. Nothing's going well so far. Upgrade to Mac. Yeah, I don't really want to stream on a Mac. Like that would be a way too expensive setup. Okay. Hey, EAD. What time is it? Are you home yet? Thing about the image staying in the buffer's odd. Yeah, super crazy. Like, I could kill the stream, but... It's just odd. Especially when, like, nothing happened. Like, nothing, like, literally just sitting here. Yeah, just hold everything up in front of your face. I know. Okay. Makes me think it's a camera hardware issue. Yeah, it's been squirrely here past few weeks, for sure. We promise to come back if you still kill it. Yeah, I mean, I think you would... I mean, you wouldn't leave the stream. I could just kill the OBS and restart it. You'll be home soon, don't worry. I was worried. Just thinking. It's a Sony A6. I know, Major Myth, it is a parenting win, but like I'm wondering where she's at now because she's not at home and she's not at school, allegedly, at this hour. Like, is she in the car streaming? Excuse me. All right, y'all stay there. I'm going to end the stream, but then it's going to relaunch right back. You're still at school? Gotcha. You must be leaving. In gym? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to kill this. You're not going to go anywhere, just me. And then I'll be back in probably like 10 seconds. All right? And then we'll deal with it from there. So be right back.